So it's all about speed in today's sprint, not very many laps and no chance to get ahead on strategy. Who here today has the raw skill to take them to the top? Let's run you through the driver grid order for today's exciting sprint. Max Verstappen put in a fantastic lap yesterday and he'll start from pole position. And Logan Sargent completes the front row. As we continue through the rest of the grid today, we have Ricciardo, Norris, Gasly, Perez, Fernando Alonso, Leclerc, Stroll, Magnussen, Tsunoda, Albon, Zhou, Hülkenberg, Ocon, Sainz, Russell, Bottas, Oscar Piastri, and Lewis Hamilton rounds off the grid. And with preparations almost complete, let's head trackside for today's sprint. The formation lap gets underway ahead of today's sprint. It's going to be interesting to see who gets pole position. Ready to start the sprint as the cars take their positions on the grid, with the drivers and teams making their final preparations.
Worry about the tyre condition for now, everything's looking good. And you've got P15, P15. That's Zhou just ahead. Push for that position. Less than a second separates you. They're on fresh mediums. That's Hülkenberg behind. Okay, the gap is less than a second. They're on fresh mediums. Pit strategy complete. See these tyres through to the end now. Okay, 18 laps to go. ahead of you. Less than a second separates you. They're on fresh mediums. Their tyres are 2 laps old, and the time last lap was a 1:27.5. All right, you're falling back by 1/10 a lap.
Lando, we have possible front wing damage.
P13, Sainz ahead. Okay, the gap is less than a second. They're on fresh mediums. That's Albon behind you. They're on fresh mediums. Okay, gap to leader, 11.7 seconds. That was our last stop. No more scheduled pit stops. Let's go. All right, 16 laps to go. You're in the dirty air of the car in front. Let's get past them. Ahead. Less than a second separates you. They're on fresh mediums. Their tyres are 5 laps old. Your last lap time was a 1:27.2. Okay, so you're gaining by 1/10 a lap. Keep it up. Great manoeuvre, you made it look so easy. P9, you're running P9, keep going. Stroll ahead, and gap to the car in front is 1.9 seconds. Okay, Sonoda's behind you. Okay, the gap is less than a second. They're on old mediums. The distance to the leader is 19.7 seconds. Look after these tyres now. You want to finish the race on this compound. Okay, 12 laps to go. Okay, so the gap to the car ahead, 1.6 seconds. Ahead of you. Okay, keep an eye on that gap ahead, please. 1.1 seconds. They're on old mediums. Their tyres are 8 laps old. Time last lap was a 1:27.5. This is excellent stuff. You're closing in by 7/10 a lap. Currently, the fastest lap is a 1:24.9. We don't currently have the data for that request.
Turned in on me.
That's 8th place. You're in 8th place. Ricardo ahead. Okay, here's the gap that we're trailing the car ahead by. 1.9 seconds. They're on old mediums. That's Stroll behind you. Less than a second separates you. They're on old mediums. Okay, so gap to the leader is 20.2 seconds. Pit strategy complete. See these tyres through to the end now. Okay, we're into the last 10 laps now. Okay, so we're leading our teammate by 12.1 seconds. Gap to the car ahead is 2.7 seconds. Okay, Sainz is ahead of you. Our gap to the car in front is 2.4 seconds. They're on old mediums. Their tyres are 11 laps old now, and the time last lap was a 1:27.1. All right, at the moment you're losing 0.3 a lap. Come on, dig in. Keep managing your tyres, manage your tyres.
It's broken! It's broken!
Gasly's ahead of you. Okay, gap ahead is 1.5 seconds. They're on old mediums. Their tyres are 12 laps old. Your last lap time was a 1:28.0. 1.2 seconds advantage per lap. Keep going. Caution, caution. clear. Nice move, keep going. Currently sat in 6th, Sainz ahead, and gap to the car in front is 1.3 seconds. They're on old mediums. Gasly's behind you. Okay, the gap is less than a second. They're on old mediums. Our gap to first place is 21.1 seconds. That was our last stop. No more scheduled pit stops. Let's go. Okay, just 5 laps until the end. Okay, that's us with 5 laps of fuel remaining, 5 laps of fuel left. Okay, the car behind is dropping back, we're seeing a gap starting to form.
Mate, what's going on with the battery?
Stand by now.
Is it shitting itself?
Yeah, copy Max. It's not battery related.
Okay, information on Verstappen. They've got some kind of mechanical problem. Okay, Sainz is ahead of you. Okay, so the gap to the car ahead, 1.5 seconds. They're on old mediums. Their tyres are 16 laps old. Time last lap was a 1:27.2. All right, you're falling back by 1/10 a lap. Okay, keep an eye on that gap ahead, please. 1.7 seconds. enough fuel for 3 more laps. Tyre condition still looking good. P6, you got P6. Leclerc ahead. Okay, here's the gap that we're trailing the car ahead by. 1.6 seconds. They're on old mediums. Gasly behind. And the gap behind us is 3.8 seconds. They're on old mediums. Okay, gap to leader, 18.7 seconds. Your pit window's now open. Pit window is open. 2 laps left. Next time by will be your final lap. Okay, you've just started the final lap of the race. Final lap. Okay, we've only got 1 lap of fuel remaining.
Well done. Pole position for tomorrow.
Lovely.
Caution, caution. And that's the end of the race. We'll see you in Parc Fermé.
The grid is set then, so that just leaves the race itself. Join us tomorrow where we'll be live with all the action. And until then, goodbye.